Have you ever been unfairly criticised for doing what you thought was the right thing? I have, but it didn't stop me doing it again. Welcome to Dad Row. Hello and welcome to Dad Row. If this happens to be the first video you've seen by me, then I'm Richard and I'm a freight train driver, former passenger train driver, based in the southeast of England. As always guys, all the views and opinions expressed within this video are purely my own and may not represent those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Also, if you do like this video, please do hit the like button. Also subscribe to Dad Row and share this video with the railway community. Also, just a quick hello to all my new subscribers. Since I posted the video about the GWR train doing nearly 100 miles an hour over the speed limit, the channel's gone absolutely mental. I've gained loads of new subscribers. So if you are one of those new subscribers, you're very, very welcome to Dad Row. Really pleased to have you here. And don't forget also, you're very welcome to follow me on my social media channels, which are down there somewhere. And why not join the conversation on our Discord server? I'll post a link in the description below. So when I started this train driver vlog series about 3 or 4 years ago now, the idea was I was going to speak about things that had happened to me in my day-to-day life as a train driver. But unfortunately, due to company social media policies and the like, it's sometimes quite difficult to construct videos around things that have actually happened to me. So the videos have tended to steer more towards sort of rule-based videos and stuff, which has been brilliant, but I'm planning to do a whole separate series. I know I keep promising to do it, but I am going to do it, a whole separate series on railway rules. But I'm pleased to say I'm going back to basics today. Something happened to me recently, and it's something I can actually talk about. To talk about this recent incident, we need to go back about 12 years to when I was young, keen, and about 50 kilos lighter. I'd been working on the railway for about 18 months at the time, and I was employed as a platform shunter at Hastings Station. It was a rather warm and pleasant Sunday afternoon, and I was on duty with one other member of staff who was the train dispatcher for the day. If you're watching this in America or you're American, a dispatcher in the UK is someone who sees trains away from a station, they blow the whistle, wave a bat or a flag to let the train know it's safe to depart. I think what you would call a dispatcher in America, we call a signaller here in the UK. Being the platform shunter, I was the highest grade member of staff on the station at the time. And around halfway through the shift, a train arrived and the conductor come up and spoke to me. Again, Americans, Google what conductor is in English because I think it's probably a bit different to what it is in American. And they informed me that a member of the public had alighted from their train at the previous station, which was St Leonard's Warrior Square. And whilst they were alighting, they'd dropped their keys onto the railway track. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily sound like a big deal, someone dropping their keys onto the railway track, but to put some more context to that, most lines in the southeast of England are electrified using the 750 volt DC rail system. So basically there is a 750 volt live rail on the floor, and if you stand on that, it's certainly going to make your hair stick up. So with safety as my primary concern, I left my colleague behind at Hastings and jumped on the next train to St Leonard's Warrior Square, which is probably about a 2 or 3 minute journey time. It's not very far at all. When I arrived at St Leonard's Warrior Square, I found the young lady who had dropped her keys on the track, contacted the signaller, was granted the line block and was able to go on the track and safely retrieve her keys. Now obviously with safety as my primary concern here, the last thing I wanted was for a member of the public to go down on the track and retrieve them, risking serious injury or possibly even worse to themselves. So I managed to retrieve the keys safely, no more keys on the track, no risk to the public and no train delays. Jump forward a couple of days from that incident and I was regaling this tale to my manager of what a hero I was and how I'd prevented what could have been a really nasty incident. Expecting pats on the backs and lots of praises and well done and that sort of thing. I was rather disappointed with my manager's response, and to this day I still don't agree with what they said. I got called irresponsible for leaving the station with only one member of staff on it. I was told that I should have contacted the MOM, which is the Mobile Operations Manager, to retrieve the keys. I explained to my manager the reasons for me doing it, explaining that I didn't want any member of the public to go on the track and get hurt, and I explained that the MOM was over an hour's drive away, so it's potentially an hour that someone could go on the track and hurt themselves to retrieve the keys for that very nice young lady. But my manager was having absolutely none of it, and to this day I still disagree with that. I believe strongly that I done the right thing. To this day, I still think my actions were correct and justifiable in that situation, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Funnily enough though, this incident actually helped me to get my driver's job. One of the questions I got asked in the MMI, the multimodal interview, was to give an example of when I thought I'd been unfairly criticised, and this was one of the examples I gave. So yeah, every cloud and all that, I guess. So we're going to jump forward in time from that incident to around 2 or 3 weeks ago, and believe it or not, a similar thing happened to me again. I was working a freight train one evening when I was stopped at a station called Virginia Water. Not uncommon to be stopped there. There's a junction there and you normally get stopped on a red signal waiting for a Reading bound service to go across. But while stopped at the red signal, the signaller from Feltham, sorry I should know that, Feltham signal box contacted me and asked me to proceed with caution through Egham Station, which is the next station down the line, as it had reports that a member of the public had dropped their phone on the track. Again, they were concerned about the same sort of things I was. They were concerned about a member of public going onto the track to retrieve it and potentially getting hit by a train. That's why they were asking all trains to proceed with caution through Egham Station. Little bit of rulebook stuff there. Caution in the rulebook is not actually defined as a speed. It's defined as proceeding at a speed in which you can stop in a distance that you can see to be clear. The speed through Egham on the up road for trains that are not stopping is 70 miles an hour. So as you can imagine, the signalman having to stop every train, advise them proceed with caution, and then each train proceeding with caution slowly through the section causes quite a lot of delays and disruption to the service. Now, being a freight train and obviously not having to worry about passengers, which is one of the perks of the job, I asked the signaller if she wanted me to stop at Egham to try and retrieve the phone myself. They were waiting for a mobile operations manager to come and retrieve the phone, but they were going to be about an hour and a half. They were dealing with another incident. So after a quick conversation with the signal box manager, the signaller come back to me and accepted my offer. Said, yes, please, retrieve the phone. Fantastic, we can get the trains moving again and the risk to the public disappears. So as requested, I approached Egham with caution, just in case someone was on the track, and stopped my train in the platform, where I found the member of public who had dropped their phone. Now, long story short, and because of the aforementioned social media policies, there was a little bit of confusion with what had gone on, and yeah, long story short, I didn't manage to find the phone on the track. It turns out that it may or may not have been dropped there after all, and that's about as much as I can say on the situation. Make of that what you will. But by this point, I'd been stopped for about 5 or 6 minutes. The back of my train was blocking the level crossing at Egham. If you were stopped with a freight train stopped at the level crossing at Egham a few weeks ago, then this is why. So yeah, I'd been there for about 5 or 6 minutes trying to sort this out. So I decided that was long enough. Contacted the signaller, told them I couldn't retrieve the phone and carried on with my journey. Obviously, there was nothing more I could have done in that situation. The whole thing was a bit of a mess, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure what the outcome of that is, whether the mom came out and found the phone or not. Unfortunately, we don't get fed back that sort of information. Obviously, in this incident, again, my priority and my thinking is the safety of the public. I don't want a member of public going onto the track where there is live routes to retrieve an item. It could end in serious injury or even worse. So I think that my actions were completely justifiable in this situation, and yeah, I believe that I've done the right thing. And so far I haven't heard anything from my manager to the contrary. So there we go, 2 similar but separate events, separated by years of experience in my book. But my actions and my priorities remain the same. It's something that's drummed into you on the railway. Safety, safety, safety. My priorities remain the safety of the public, and that must come first. It's really easy to say that they should have been more careful and they shouldn't have dropped it on the track in the first place, which may be true, but we've all been clumsy. We've all had things where we drop things where we shouldn't have done, and it's just so easy to do. You're getting off of a train and your wallet falls out or something. I've done that recently, so I'm being a little bit empathetic here. But accidents and incidents do happen, and while we can't affect the cause of the situation, we certainly can affect the outcome of it with our actions. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think I've done the right thing stopping my train and leaving my colleague behind to retrieve phones and keys from the track? I'll let you discuss that in the comments section below. Just before you click off the video, I've got a favour to ask. It would be really great if you could click just here on this little round thing here to support my second YouTube channel, the Dad Rail Video Library. Thank you. And don't forget also, guys, to like, comment and subscribe to Dad Rail. Check out my social media channels and join the conversation at Discord. Thanks for watching.